Be here, the Honorable One. Thank you for tuning in, listening in. And I'm going to call it Dr. Umar Johnson, finally checked by our elders, uh, Baba Anthony Browder and Dr. Leonard Jeffries now. Um, of course, many people will take this as me being a hater, uh, but I just want to make it plain that sometimes people allow for themselves to, when they're around people, when they are fairly intelligent, they feel the need to say anything out of their mouth if they do not have anything to do with it. When in fact these individuals have not necessarily put in what I would say the relevant work to be critical. Now, I've heard Dr. Umar Johnson on more than several occasions uh, talk about the African American History Museum in Washington, D.C. Uh, the first time I heard him on several radio shows, and it just I'm pleased that someone else has the integrity and the courage. I don't know if I've actually addressed that before because I didn't want to jump to any conclusions that my analysis was just mine, right? So I waited actually to not necessarily address the particular issue since I thought, okay, although it could be damaging to some people, I'm just happy that there are individuals that actually validated my analysis. Now, let me just be specific in terms of what actually it is. Now, Dr. Umar Johnson, on more than one occasion, has been critical, certain in the D.C. area, of the African American History Museum, and I've heard him say it on more than one occasion. And my thing is, well, first and foremost, well, what are you doing to totally enlighten people on different issues, and where's your institution and establishment to enlighten the people? Now, for those who may not know, I can speak to this because I can say without a doubt that I've certainly given individuals the opportunity to get the most relevant, practical, scholastic knowledge based upon the institutions that I've supported, the events that I've gone to, or the knowledge that I've shared, or via, with me encouraging people to read particular books, as well as me getting out there grinding and selling the books, as well as writing my own book, as well as the many dozens, hundreds of hours of radio interviews that I've done over the past year, and even several years ago when I, did a show for 4 years. But it's not about me. But let me just share what happened. So I heard, in front of college students, Dr. Umar Johnson did this at Bowie State, and I was actually there for that. And I just thought, like, wow, so you're gonna limit the scope of people's broad analysis based upon how you feel, how you feel about the museum. First, the issue was, and I've heard him on the show. I don't know why he keeps being invited on a particular show, but uh, uh, first, the museum had too much entertainment, right? Right, too much entertainment, or too much sports, or something to that effect. And my thoughts were, well, did you go downstairs? I'm like, I mean, I've been there 2 times. I've been to the African American History Museum 2 times in DC. And I'm just like, hell, I mean, I saw some jewels that, you know, actually assisted me to strategize. I mean, they had things, you know, the economic boycotts and the, you know, the Black Power movement. I mean, they talked about Huey P. Newton and the Black Panther Party, Stokely Carmichael, H. Rap Brown, Malcolm X. Everybody was in there, you know. So I mean, I can't recall if they went into the Moors, and I know they, you know, did have things about the nation, and certainly they had things about Garvey, you know. But it's an African American history museum, you know. So they did speak, and if we look at it, you know, sports and athletes and entertainers have had a role in the movement. Harry Belafonte financed a large percentage of Dr. King's, you know, Montgomery bus boycotts and you know, people getting out of prison. You know, people, you know, I mean, you go to a museum, you learn these things. I mean, of course, for those that know about Dr. King, they know that. I mean, hell, I mean, there was a big part about Muhammad Ali and his role with Malcolm X. Some things that, you know, I'm currently reading. I don't know where it's at, but the Malcolm X autobiography again. Yes, we're preparing for our Malcolm X Day in Baltimore. That I hope you all will come out and support. We have some key scholars there, but um, so, you know, I mean, just to say that it's just entertainment and athletes is not an accurate interpretation, you know. But it's not a African American history, political, and economic museum. It's an African American history museum. So, you know, we have to understand. Yes, there are some, you know, coon, you know, or the minstrels or the black exploitation videos. We understand that. We understand, for instance, the role that the media has held on the minds of our people. But this is where individuals are going to have to make a choice, bro. Yeah, I mean, brothers and sisters. I mean, individuals are going to have to, you know, say what, um, you know, what they choose to accept in their mind, what they choose to accept through their five senses, you know, as being who they are and what their destiny and their identity is, right? So uh, let me just address what Dr. Browder and Dr. Jeffries was addressing now. And I didn't hear the context of what and where Dr. Umar mentioned about the African American History Museum, but apparently he is or was upset or angry that um, Thomas Jefferson, I don't know what was it at the museum, but apparently Thomas Jefferson picture, or I don't know if it's a statue, I don't, you know, whatever. There's a part in the museum. I can't remember. Like I said, I've been there twice. The second time, I didn't get a chance to go. There's six floors, 7 floors, and a lot of the core knowledge, the stuff we like to see. But again, it totally rounds you. You know, it gets you well rounded. But let's just turn it on. But so apparently, Dr. Umar had a problem with. I mean, this uh, Thomas Jefferson picture or statement. And Dr. Jeffrey said, no, man, don't like this, you know, the whole museum, just because they got this particular part there. Don't just like get people to think that, oh, I don't need to go there. That museum is a Negro museum, or it's controlled by the white liberal establishment, or, you know, I mean, I'm saying that for those that are adults, and I moderate. I'm sorry, no, I didn't moderate. I actually was a tour guide there, so you know, you can teach people what they want. I mean, everybody gonna two people. What happens? Two people can go. They can listen to the same movie. They can read the same book and come away with different interpretations. Just like two people can go to a particular lecture and come away with different interpretations. So we're not necessarily monolithic to that degree, but you know, I'm just like, man, sometimes people are so into dissing, everything and everybody that we, kind of are not strategic to the degree that this can build upon a level of unawareness that many people do not have access to, right? Not everybody is spending hours in the bookstore. Not everybody is attending, all of the lectures, the local community universities in a particular area. Not everybody, studies African studies in college or university. Not everybody goes to the African Centered Consciousness movement. Not everybody looking at YouTube videos and everything, but people can get pieces to the puzzle. They can go and see a physical, a broad, perhaps the most broad based history that we've had in our history. I mean, yes, I know we have the Blacks and Blacks Museum. It's beautiful, but I mean, in terms of comprehension and just being able to spend all day immersed in knowledge, this is the spot, right? So people can interpret what they want from the museum. I mean, yeah, I mean, of course, I didn't P-Funk or all the other entertainment, the crazy entertainment people, the rap music. I mean, I don't necessarily care. I mean, to hear that much more about that, but yeah, but I realized that it's a part that some people gonna grasp. I mean, people are coming away feeling like they learned something. So instead of taking away from that experience that these individuals have, and having their built-in perception that, oh, this is a Negro thing, like Dr. Browder said, and Dr. Jeffries said, he had some old women, and you all can find the video. They were speaking at the Tubman, I'm sorry, the Dr. John Henry Clark room, like, and I just got this new Dr. John Henry Clark book, man. I should show it. I'm gonna show it in my next video. It just came out, but yeah, it's dope. So, man, there's a lot of books that just came out on John Henry Clark. But tune in tonight, Eli Media. I'm gonna have Dr. Latif Tariq on with me, so we're gonna drop that. They talking about Malcolm X actually, but so yeah, I just wanted to say that again, people can keep, upholding people, making people feel like they can say anything and nobody's going to question them. But, the reality is that, we all have to work together. We all have to learn how to synergize, our people. And this is why I was a tour guide with the Informer newspaper, so that I can position myself with the youth. Took time out, didn't get paid for it. Took the time out because I believe that it's important for young people to have man, I dropped so much knowledge on that bus. I mean, it's important for us to be in position. What was the question that I asked? It was something I was like, no, it was talk. We went in February. It was about the founder of Black History Month, man, and nobody on the bus knew the founder of Black, and we were in Black History Month, uh, and none of the people on the bus knew. So I'm saying that, there's a gap in terms of knowledge that this is actually filling. So you have a, like Malcolm would say, make it plain. This is making some things plain for our people. Not everybody have a particular literacy level, but when people can see, people can, I mean, and it's also videos that document certain aspects of what individuals have to be, like what Browder is doing and what Leonard Jeffries are doing. They are positioning themselves so that people can, first and foremost. And another critique was, yeah, we it only goes back to the 1400, our 15th century. Our history goes back. Yes, I mean, for all many, I don't think it's too many. Yeah, there's some lost people out here that don't know that Black history and Black people, what the founders of civilization. I mean, uh, uh, and that we have a history past the slavery period. So I'm saying that we need to be mindful, of what and where our people are and how our people are positioned, and not necessarily sound like we are attacking. I mean, you have to offer a level of diplomacy in terms of how you offer a critique. I mean, so, but I'm not going to dwell on it. You all can check out. I may have posted a clip of that part. It's like I sent it to my brother. Sent it to my brother. It was at the wait a minute. It was at the Dr. John Henry Clark House in Harlem, I believe. Here it is. No, that's not it. But Sinetta TV did it, I believe. So, but yeah. So I just felt like that I need to say that it's good that there's some checks and balances, and some people are not just gonna roll over and let people just say anything to our people without offering a balanced interpretation of reality for our community. And so for you all that's just kind of zombified, and they don't go anywhere, they don't listen to different people, right? They're not able to think for themselves, and will drink everybody's Kool-Aid, and they can do no wrong. Just continue to carry on with that. But for those of us that respect our elders, that respect the work that they have done and they continue to do, we know that individuals, that offered this critique, and it wasn't elaborate. It was just enhancing Dr. Umar's position to expand beyond just attacking, and understand that there's a bigger picture that people actually learn from this museum. And so, I'm saying that if people can be inspired and learn some serious revolutionary scholarly knowledge that will open them up to the consciousness movement, then I'm down. I appreciate that being the bridge, the awakening for individuals. So we have to use all the tools that are out here. And if it takes a museum, if it take a book, if it take a YouTube, if it take uh, hell, going to the community lecture, if it take going to a conference to get people to think, and know who they are, where they are, and more importantly, where they can go. And I say that's what need to happen. And we can't deprive people from that opportunity because we took a part out of something, and say shouldn't no Caucasian people be in a museum, or the discussion about a Caucasian, because I mean I didn't see a big statue of Thomas Jefferson, so I don't know where that was, and I've been there twice, and, but so if that was the discussion. So that's all I have, brothers and sisters. So you all can continue. I got some more coming. Share some more knowledge. We got the Malcolm X Day event coming in Baltimore, May the 21st, which is a Sunday. Have some good scholars there, Dr. Jared Ball, brother Dr. Mark Bowden, and myself. So I'm currently reading the Malcolm X book, and after that, we got Black Friday coming to Prince George's County. That's going to be at Everlasting Life. That's going to be on the 25th, which is a Sunday, 25th, which is a Sunday, June. A wonderful at E-Life, Everlasting Life. And we got the film Tupac. The movie Tupac is coming out, so we're going to have some real conscious builders in Baltimore as well as DC. So we're looking at what we can do to make some things happen with that. So again, holler at the Success Scholar. Stay tuned in. I'll be on tonight with Dr. Latif Tariq. So stay tuned in. Holler at the Success Scholar. We are on the move. Peace.